The first sound wasn't laughter. It was a scream. High, sharp, endless. My daughter-in-law's throat tearing itself apart as she saw what I had laid out on their living room floor. That was my welcome home from Italy, or rather from the trip I never took. She screamed because she knew. Backstory setup. I was supposed to be boarding a plane, a long-awaited holiday, my first in years. My son Daniel knew this trip meant something to me. He called the night before, voice trembling. "Dad, please, don't go. I need you to cancel. Melissa, she's in trouble. She owes money to the wrong people. They'll hurt her. Please, they'll hurt us." I had never heard my son sound so desperate, and I had never denied him anything. $13,000, my entire travel fund. The money wired before dawn. His promise, "We'll pay you back, I swear." "Thank you, Dad." I believed him. Because that's what fathers do. Discovery of betrayal. 3 days later, while I sat in my silent house, nursing cheap coffee instead of Italian wine, a photo surfaced. Not sent to me, God no. It appeared in the endless digital river, posted by Melissa's own mother. Sun hats, cocktails, the deck of a luxury cruise liner. My son, smiling wide. Melissa leaning on him, her ringed fingers flashing. Her mother beside them, champagne in hand. $13,000. My sacrifice, my trust, my humiliation. All spent on salt air and liquor. The first time I saw that photo, my chest locked. My hands shook, but not with grief, with calculation. Shift in mindset. I didn't call, didn't confront, didn't plead. I began to watch. Bank transfers, online purchases. Their patterns were sloppy. A payment to the cruise line, spa packages, designer clothes shipped to Melissa's name. They weren't careful because they didn't think they had to be. Daniel believed me soft. Melissa believed me blind. Both of them forgot where I worked for 30 years. Finance. Numbers had always been my language. While they played, I built. Execution of the plan. First, the money trail. I gathered every receipt, every post, every trace. Screenshots dated, accounts tracked. The cruise paid on my funds was undeniable. Second, the trap. Melissa's debts were not fiction. She truly did owe money, though far less than Daniel claimed. I contacted the collectors quietly, offered to purchase the debt outright, cash, pennies on the dollar. They agreed. Now Melissa didn't owe them, she owed me. Third, the stage. While they laughed under foreign sun, I entered their house. Legally. A spare key from years ago, never returned. I didn't steal. I prepared. Every receipt, every screenshot, every photo. Printed and arranged across their spotless living room floor. My $13,000 laid bare in ink. At the center, a new contract. The debt transfer, signed by me. Climax and confrontation. When they returned, tanned and glowing, I was already sitting in their armchair. Quiet. Calm. Melissa saw the papers first. Her scream split the air, raw and endless. Daniel froze in the doorway, face draining. I didn't raise my voice, didn't move. "Melissa," I said evenly, "you don't owe strangers anymore. You owe me. And I don't forget debts." Daniel stammered, reaching for explanations, excuses, fragments of lies. None mattered. His eyes kept darting to the papers, to the undeniable evidence of his betrayal. "You asked me to choose between my trip and your safety," I continued. "I chose you, and you chose this." I gestured to the photos of their cruise, their laughter bought with my savings. Now the choice is mine again. Melissa collapsed into sobs. Daniel begged. His voice cracked in ways I hadn't heard since he was a child. I stood, slow and deliberate. You'll repay me, every cent. Until then, this house, this life, is mine to call in. Step wrong once, and I'll see you stripped bare. Their silence was answer enough. Resolution and emotional release. I left them in that living room of evidence, Melissa still sobbing, Daniel silent as stone. Behind me, the scream echoed like music. I drove home under a quiet sky. No rage, no regret. Just the steady rhythm of justice delivered. $13,000 lost? No. It bought me clarity. It bought me power. And when my son thinks back on this, when Melissa wakes at night sweating from the memory of her own scream, they will remember the cost of betraying me. I didn't get my trip to Italy, but I got something better. I got my revenge.